Your breakfast may look harmless, but after 50, it can quietly work against your muscles, your brain, and your blood sugar. If your morning meal is mostly toast, cereal, juice, or nothing at all, your body pays for it later. If you want to stay healthy and independent as you age, hit that subscribe button right now. We share simple, science-backed health tips like this every single day. Here's the thing. After reading study after study on healthy aging, one pattern keeps showing up. The adults who do better over time usually do not eat a light breakfast. They eat a steady breakfast, a balanced breakfast, a breakfast that gives the body real building material, not just quick fuel. And today, I'm going to show you the biggest breakfast mistake adults over 50 keep making, and exactly how to fix it starting tomorrow morning. Now, before we continue, tell me your age and where you're watching from in the comments. This helps us understand who we're helping. Here's what most people get wrong. They think breakfast is about eating something small and easy. A piece of toast, a banana, a glass of juice, maybe a bowl of cereal. That sounds healthy, right? But not always. Not after 50. As you age, your body becomes less forgiving. Your muscles do not hold on as easily. Your blood sugar does not bounce back as smoothly. Your appetite signals can get more confusing. Your brain also likes steady fuel, not a roller coaster. So the biggest breakfast mistake is not just skipping breakfast. It is eating a breakfast that is heavy in fast carbs and light in protein, fiber, and lasting nutrition. Let me be clear. Carbs are not the enemy. Fruit is not the enemy. Oats are not the enemy. The problem is a breakfast that acts like kindling, not firewood. It burns fast, it flares up, then it leaves you cold. A 2018 study from Stanford University found that after a breakfast of cornflakes and milk, 80% of participants had a glucose spike, which means a sharp rise in blood sugar, even though many of them thought they were healthy. That should get your attention because when blood sugar rises fast, it often drops fast too. And what comes next? Hunger, cravings, brain fog, shaky energy. Does that sound familiar? Now let's break this down the right way. I'm going to count down the 5 parts of this mistake from number 5 to number 1. And trust me, each one matters. But wait until you hear number 1, because that is the part almost nobody talks about. Number 5, starting with sugar. Most people think a simple breakfast is a safe breakfast. A muffin, orange juice, sweet yogurt, flavored oatmeal, a bowl of cereal. But actually, when your first meal is mostly sugar and starch, you are asking your body to sprint before it can even stand up. Think of your blood sugar like a car in city traffic. If you slam the gas pedal, you do not move smoothly, you lurch forward, then hit the brakes. That is what happens with a sugary breakfast. Fast up, fast down. And after 50, that ride often feels rougher. A 2018 study from Stanford University found that 80% of people spiked after cornflakes and milk. Another 2018 study from the University of Guelph, working with the University of Toronto, found that a high-carb breakfast cereal caused higher after-meal blood sugar, while milk with more protein helped lower blood glucose and reduced appetite later in the day. So what do you do instead? First, stop drinking your breakfast sugar. If you want orange juice, have 1 small 4-ounce glass with food, not a large glass by itself. Better yet, eat 1 whole orange. Why? Because the fruit gives you fiber, which slows the release of sugar. Second, read the label on your breakfast cereal. If 1 serving has more than 8 grams of added sugar, that is dessert wearing a health costume. Choose plain oats, shredded wheat, or a whole grain cereal with at least 4 to 5 grams of fiber. Third, never let a sweet food stand alone. If you eat oatmeal, add protein. Mix in 3/4 cup Greek yogurt, which gives about 15 to 17 grams of protein, or add 2 tablespoons peanut butter for about 7 grams, or stir in 1 tablespoon chia seeds for extra fiber and healthy fat. A much smarter breakfast could be 1/2 cup dry oats, 3/4 cup plain Greek yogurt, 1/2 cup berries, and 1 tablespoon walnuts. That gives you fiber, protein, and slower energy. Not a sugar blast, but a steady burn. Quick question. Have you ever felt shaky, sleepy, or hungry again 2 hours after breakfast? Comment yes or no below. And if you think that is important, wait until you see number 4. Number 4, forgetting protein. Most people think protein is for dinner, chicken at night, fish at night, maybe eggs on weekends. But actually, after 50, your breakfast may be the meal that needs protein the most. Why? Because of something called sarcopenia, which means age-related muscle loss. As you get older, your muscles become harder to switch on. They need a louder signal from food. Protein is that signal. A 2021 study from Amsterdam University of Applied Sciences found that in older adults, every extra 10 grams of protein at breakfast was linked with a higher total daily protein intake. In that study, a 10-gram increase at breakfast was linked to 3.2 more grams of protein for men and 4.9 more grams for women across the whole day. That matters because a weak breakfast often leads to a weak nutrition day. Look, your muscles are like a savings account. If you do not make deposits early and often, the balance slowly drops. And once strength is gone, everyday life gets harder. Standing up, carrying groceries, climbing stairs, catching yourself if you trip. Isn't that the real goal here? Not just living longer, but living stronger. So how much protein should you aim for? A smart target for many adults over 50 is around 25 to 30 grams at breakfast. Not perfect, not exact, just in that range. What does 30 grams look like in real food? It could be 2 eggs, which give about 12 grams, plus 1 cup Greek yogurt, which gives about 17 to 20 grams. That alone gets you close. Or 1 cup cottage cheese gives about 25 to 28 grams. Add a few nuts, and you are there. Or make a sandwich with 3 ounces of turkey, which gives around 24 to 26 grams on whole grain bread. If you do not like big breakfasts, go smaller but smarter. Try 3/4 cup Greek yogurt, 1 boiled egg, and 1 tablespoon pumpkin seeds. Or blend 1 cup milk, 3/4 cup Greek yogurt, 1/2 banana, and cinnamon for a quick smoothie. The key is simple. Do not let breakfast be all beige. Not just bread, but protein. Not just fruit, but protein. Not just coffee, but protein. And number 3 may surprise you because many people think they are doing this part right. Number 3, choosing refined grains instead of whole grains. Most people think bread is bread and cereal is cereal. But actually, the kind of grain you eat changes how full you feel, how steady your blood sugar stays, and even how your waistline changes over time. Refined grains are grains that have had parts stripped away. That means less fiber and fewer nutrients. White toast, many crackers, many pastries, and many cold cereals fall into this group. Whole grains keep more of the original parts of the grain. That means more fiber, more texture, and slower digestion. Think of fiber like a traffic cop for your breakfast. It slows things down. It keeps the sugar rush from flooding the road all at once. Without that traffic cop, everything speeds through too fast. A 2021 study from Tufts University followed more than 3,100 adults over a median of 18 years. The people who ate at least 3 servings of whole grains a day had smaller increases in waist size, blood sugar, and blood pressure than those who ate less than half a serving per day. In each 4-year period, low whole grain eaters gained over 1 inch around the waist on average, while high whole grain eaters gained about half an inch. That is a big difference from a small change. So what does this mean at breakfast? It means swap, do not suffer. You do not need fancy foods. You need better versions of the foods you already know. Instead of a white bagel, try 1 slice or 2 slices of true whole grain toast. Instead of instant sweet oatmeal, use plain rolled oats. Instead of sugary cereal, choose shredded wheat or plain bran cereal. Instead of a bakery muffin, try overnight oats made with plain oats, milk, chia seeds, and berries. Here's an easy rule. If the breakfast grain feels soft, fluffy, and disappears fast, it probably will not keep you full for long. If it takes more chewing and has more texture, it usually works better for your body. Before we go further, if this is making sense so far, hit that like button. It tells me you want more videos like this. And now we get to number 2. The habit many adults think is harmless because it feels light and disciplined. Number 2, calling coffee breakfast. Most people think, I'm not hungry in the morning, so coffee is enough. But actually, coffee is not breakfast. It is a drink. And when coffee replaces food day after day, you often pay for it later with snacking, poor nutrition, and low energy. Let me be clear. Coffee itself is not the problem. The problem is using it as a meal. Your body needs raw materials in the morning: protein, fiber, vitamins, minerals, fluids. Coffee gives alertness. It does not give structure. A 2021 study from The Ohio State University looked at more than 30,000 American adults. The researchers found that adults who skipped breakfast were more likely to miss key nutrients like fiber, calcium, iron, folate, and vitamins A, B, C, and D. Breakfast skippers also tended to eat more added sugars, more carbohydrates, and more total fat later in the day. Do you see the trap? People skip breakfast to be good. Then, by late morning or afternoon, hunger takes over. Now it is chips, pastries, candy, drive-through food, or giant portions at lunch. That is not discipline. That is delayed payback. If you are not hungry early, do not force a giant meal. Just build a bridge. Start with something small but useful. Try one hard-boiled egg and one apple, or 1 cup plain yogurt with cinnamon, or a slice of whole grain toast with 2 tablespoons peanut butter, or 1/2 cup cottage cheese with berries. That tiny meal is still far better than coffee alone, and if you take morning medicines, this matters even more. Some medicines can upset the stomach on an empty stomach. Some work better with food. Some people also get dizzy if they delay eating too long. Have you ever noticed that lightheaded, weak feeling after only coffee? Your body may be asking for more than caffeine. Now, after all of that, here comes number one. This is the biggest breakfast mistake of all. Number one, building your breakfast around quick fuel instead of lasting fuel. Most people think breakfast should be light, low-fat, and easy to grab. But actually, after 50, your breakfast should be anchored. That means it needs something to hold you steady. The best breakfasts are not built around one food. They are built around a team. Protein to protect muscle, fiber to slow digestion, healthy fat to improve fullness, and real food to cover nutrient gaps. When that team is missing, your body notices, your brain notices too. A 2023 study from Rush University Medical Center found that in older Black adults, higher whole grain intake was linked with lower memory decline. The difference was so strong that those with higher intake looked more than 8 years younger in memory aging than those with lower intake. That does not mean one bowl of oatmeal is magic, but it does tell you something important. Breakfast choices can shape more than your hunger. They can shape your aging. So how do you build lasting fuel? Use this simple formula. First, pick one protein. Eggs, Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, milk, tofu, turkey, or beans. Second, pick one fiber-rich carb. Oats, berries, apple, whole grain toast, or high-fiber cereal. Third, add a little healthy fat. Nuts, seeds, peanut butter, avocado, or olive oil. Here are 3 easy examples. 1, 2 eggs, 1 slice whole grain toast, and 1/2 avocado. That gives protein, fiber, and fat. 2, 1 cup plain Greek yogurt, 1/2 cup berries, 2 tablespoons chopped walnuts, and 2 tablespoons oats. Fast, cheap, no cooking. 3, 1/2 cup oats cooked in milk, plus 1 tablespoon chia seeds and 2 tablespoons peanut butter. If you need more protein, add a side of 1 boiled egg. This is what I mean by lasting fuel. Not just calories, but support. Not just fullness, but stability. Not just eating, but building. I'd love to hear your story. What made you click on this video today? Share in the comments. Now let's pump the brakes for a second. I'm not saying this to scare you, but breakfast changes should still be done with common sense. If you have diabetes, your blood sugar plan may need to be more specific. If you have kidney disease, too much protein may not be right for you. If you take insulin or other blood sugar medicine, changing the size and timing of breakfast can change how your body responds. If you have trouble chewing, swallowing, or digesting dairy, your best breakfast may need to look different. And if you suddenly have no appetite, unexplained weight loss, nausea, or ongoing fatigue, please talk to your doctor. Those can be signs of a bigger problem. Also, be careful with packaged, high-protein breakfast foods. Some protein bars and drinks are loaded with added sugar, sodium, or long ingredient lists. A label that says protein does not always mean healthy. And if fiber is new for you, increase it slowly and drink more water. Otherwise, you may feel bloated or constipated. So you're convinced, but thinking, how do I actually do this? Make it easy. Do not try to become a different person overnight. Just upgrade one breakfast at a time. Start with the simplest move first. Add protein to the breakfast you already eat. If you eat toast, add eggs. If you eat oatmeal, add Greek yogurt or peanut butter. If you eat fruit, add cottage cheese. If you skip breakfast, start with 1 small protein food and 1 piece of whole fruit. Need budget-friendly ideas? Eggs are usually affordable. Plain oats are cheap. Peanut butter lasts a long time. Cottage cheese and plain yogurt can stretch across several meals. Even canned beans can work in a savory breakfast. You do not need trendy powders. You need steady basics. And keep a backup plan in your kitchen. Hard-boiled eggs, plain yogurt, frozen berries, whole grain bread, nuts, oats. That way, when mornings get busy, you still have a smart option. Look, there's a lot of noise out there about breakfast. Some people say skip it. Some say drink your greens. Some say eat only fruit. But after 50, the simplest truth is often the best one. Your body needs a breakfast that keeps you steady. You don't need to overthink this. Start with just one change tomorrow morning. Add 25 to 30 grams of protein. Swap one refined grain for a whole grain. And stop letting sugar or coffee do all the work. Your body will tell you if it's working. You'll feel fuller longer. Your energy will be steadier. Your cravings may calm down. And over time, your strength may thank you for it. If this helped you, hit that like button. And if you want more videos like this, make sure you're subscribed because we post new health tips every single day. Stay healthy, stay strong.